It's the Carter Man. It's my post for Wednesday, March 15th, the Ides of March. And I want to show you an article that I think should alarm you. Okay, I think should alarm you. I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. First, let me show you the article. Okay, I printed it out for you. Okay. All right, give you a chance to read it there. All right. Honduras to start diplomatic ties with China and blow to Taiwan. Now, I know what you're saying. Carter, Honduras is not really high on my list of priorities. I understand completely. I mean, obviously it is on mine. I have a wife who's from Honduras, and she and I have a gorgeous beachfront home in Honduras. But I can understand why you're saying Honduras not really top of the list. But let me tell you what should be at the top of the list. It's the fact that Honduras is now yet another nation that's turning its back on the United States. I mean, think about this. And turning to China. Okay? This is because of the Biden doctrine. The Biden doctrine. Remember, I posted on it the other day. That's the Biden doctrine that says, shout loudly and carry a big bludgeon. Okay? Run around the world, bludgeoning other nations, and expect there to be no reaction from the rest of the world. All over the world, Biden, with his toxic dementia, folks, it's toxic dementia. The man can't control his emotions. We see this over and over again. Please, please. Look, I'm 76 years old. I have friends like that. You gotta watch what you say and do around them, all right? This guy just wants to launch war in the entire world, and it ain't working. We went from the most peaceful president of modern times, Donald Trump, to a guy who's just a chicken hawk. I was going to say, not just a hawk, a chicken hawk. He's never fought a battle in his life, okay? But he wants to wage war on everybody, send our troops to do it. And just start to look around you. We just got word he bombed Somalia, killed 7 civilians. Somalia. You know, we've become the international goon squad, all right? Somalia. We waged war in Yemen. 100,000 children starved to death. Syria, okay, you look all around you. Is there any? We want to have a war with Iran. He wants to go to war with China. And of course, the Ukraine, Biden's war in the Ukraine, it's cost about 200,000 young Ukrainians their lives. For what? Totally could have been avoided. All you had to do was talk to Putin and say, we'll honor the Minsk agreements 1 and 2. That's all Putin ever asked. It's all honest, folks. Look it up. You'll see. But no, Biden wanted to wage war. He just loves it. Just loves it. Loves it. Look at me. I'm the commander in chief. He wears his aviator glasses. Give me a break. There's nothing worse than a warrior who's never been to war. But that's what we're doing. And what it's doing is turning off the rest of the world. Now, look, in Honduras now, it's turning to China. And China, let me read you the lead here. This is serious, okay? China, Honduras establishing diplomatic relations, and China is going to build a hydroelectric plant in Honduras. They're building a nuclear plant in Brazil, China is. Argentina, Colombia, El Salvador, obviously Nicaragua, Cuba. They've all said to the United States, go away. Just go away. Take your weapons of war and your goon squads and go somewhere else. Folks, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, look, China negotiated the treaty between Saudi Arabia and Iran. It's incredible. There was a time when America negotiated treaties. Turkey and Syria, thanks to Russia, now are making peace. Peace is breaking out all over the world except where Biden sends his goon squads. That's not the way America works, folks. It's not the way America's meant. It's the way Joe Biden's America works. It's not the way our America works, okay? It's not the way our America works, all right? We're more to the olive branch than the bludgeon, okay? And what's happening throughout Africa, 3-4 different African countries now have told the United States, just leave us alone. We don't need any more of your saber rattling here in Africa. and treating us like your third-rate stepchildren. Trump didn't do that. Trump didn't do. I'm sure hopefully if DeSantis or Trump gets back in, they're not going to do that. It comes a time when you look around the world, and CRPAC's going to push this. I want you to call your congressman, your senator, and your congressman and say, hey, you got to rein Biden in. You've got to rein this guy in. This fruitcake and his fruitcake assistants, Victoria Nuland of the State Department, never saw a war she didn't like. Blinken never saw a war he didn't like. All these people, Powers, not Stephanie, I can't remember the Powers' first name, it just never stops with them. They're always looking for somewhere else to shoot off our guns and destroy America's international reputation. Enough of this. We've got problems at home. We know that because Biden's causing them, and he's causing problems abroad. At home, 2 years, thank God, please God. Let's get DeSantis or Trump in there and we can solve those problems, hopefully turn them around fairly quick. Internationally, if we don't stop this guy now, call your congressman, call your senator, say, hey, you need to rein that guy in. Enough toxic dementia. That's not the way we do things in America. We're a nation that seeks peace throughout the world, that seeks good neighbor policies instead of bludgeoning. And we want to go back to that. We want to go back to that. We've had enough of this guy. We've had enough of this guy. Let's turn things around. Let's do this thing.